Why does everything in real life feel boring lately? Unless it looks like a chaotic meme or a 10-second clip. Over the last few years, brain rot went from a throwaway insult to the official Oxford Word of the Year for 2024. Because so many people recognized the same pattern in themselves. The disturbing part is that brain rot is not just cringe content. It is a training program for your dopamine, attention, and inner voice. In this breakdown, you will see 5 ways brain rot is quietly rewiring your brain, how it shows up in your day, and what you can do before everything offline feels completely flat. First, brain rot overloads your brain with novelty every few seconds. When your nervous system expects jump cuts, weird sounds, and louder jokes on demand, normal life starts to feel like it is moving in slow motion. Your feed becomes an escalation ladder. Yesterday's wild clip becomes today's baseline. And your brain keeps asking for something weirder to feel the same hit. That is why a walk, a book, or a calm conversation can feel like nothing is happening, even when those are the moments you actually need. Second, brain rot shreds your attention span into tiny fragments. Your working memory is meant to hold a thought long enough to do something with it, but rapid-fire clips teach your mind to drop the thought the second something new appears. That is why reading one page, listening through one full song, or watching a long video can suddenly feel harder than it should. Your brain starts acting like a ruthless editor. If it does not hook you instantly, it gets cut, even if it is important. Third, brain rot hijacks your language and your sense of what counts as a real thought. When most of your input is catchphrases, sound bites, and nonsense words, your inner voice starts shrinking to that same size. You begin thinking in fragments, quick quotes, reaction phrases, tiny loops that never become a full idea. Over time, it becomes harder to explain how you feel, argue for what you believe, or even hear your own real opinion under all the noise. Fourth, brain rot dulls your ability to feel pleasure from normal things. Your dopamine system was built for slower rewards, like finishing a task, learning a skill, or connecting with someone. But short-form chaos feeds its tiny spikes all day with zero effort. The more you live on those spikes, the more calm. Ordinary moments can register as nothing, even when those are the moments that used to recharge you. That is why you can scroll for an hour, laugh 10 times, and still feel weirdly empty when you put the phone down. Fifth, brain rot quietly rewires your social life around platforms instead of real connection. You bond over the same sounds, the same references, the same inside jokes, until relationships feel like shared timelines instead of shared lives. When the algorithm decides what you all see, it also shapes what you all fear, what you all repeat, and what you all think matters. At that point, you are not just watching content. You are letting a feed shape your personality in the background. So what can you actually do if you want your brain back, instead of living as a permanent side character in your own feed? First, set a stimulation budget. Decide how much brain rot you are willing to consume in a day, maybe 20 minutes, and treat it like candy, not dinner. A hard ceiling stops chaos from silently expanding to fill every quiet moment of your life. Second, use contrast. Put deep input at the start of your day. Read one page with coffee, or take a 10-minute walk with no audio before you open anything. When your best brain hours go to depth first, you prove your focus is still there. It has just been outcompeted. Third, give your nervous system a better kind of novelty. Chase real friction. One more rep, one more paragraph, one honest conversation you keep dodging. Your brain is not broken, it is trained. If you want help tracking that retraining instead of guessing, PsycheMax is built for that. It gives you daily psychology lessons, reflective prompts, and habit data, so progress becomes visible, not vague.